welcome back to AOTP with Corey and Sean. As you can see, Sean has made it back, thumbs and all. Casey here once again. It's been a busy week for everybody, but we're tired of getting the non-answers to all the political questions, so we'll just pass on that for this week. A really busy week for Diddy. Boy, P. Diddley, man. P. Diddler. He's had a busy week.
Slap me around and call me Susan.
Maybe even busy couple of weeks. I mean,
did he come out with a new album?
Not quite. I mean,
something like that.
yeah. He's definitely putting out his new record. That's for sure.
This one's a bit more consequential than the others.
And that should be good
and extensive. It's like deep tracks.
Very immense penises.
What? I don't see the problem. Who hasn't drugged some baby oil and forced your girlfriend to have very choreographed and produced sex acts on camera? Who hasn't done that?
That's what happens when you're.
Well, I can say that I don't know about him. I know he hasn't either. But
legally, I'm supposed to say that that's never happened.
Not without your credit card information.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Well, let's hear some. Like I've read up on some of this, but not all of it. Like, what's he charged with aside from
being cool?
Like, it's based in human trafficking. I heard a lot of that, but then there's so much more. There's so many celebrities involved.
It strikes me that there's a considerable amount of bullshit going on here, and there's just a few things that I'd like to clear up. But I don't deserve this!
And do you know what you are?
What?
You're disgusting!
Oh, yeah.
Like, I saw, the one I saw that jumped out at me was LeBron James. You said there's a whole list of others. It almost reads like Epstein's list, but, not as many white people.
More fun.
Yeah, more fun, Epstein's list.
What's he being charged with? Being a baller. No, not really.
I think they refer to it as baller.
You can't say baller. That's
I'm a nerd.
Yeah, you can't use an ER. You got to use baller.
Isn't that always the case?
Yes.
It's like words that start with N.
No, nobody said anything about it.
But no, he is charged with racketeering, which I'll be honest, I probably should have looked it up, but I don't know exactly what. I know it has something to do with like laundering money or something.
To me, though, racketeering, that sounds like
that's a pirate thing.
But that's a boring rich person crime. That's no fun.
Well, but that's kind of like the appetizer.
Rich person crime. Yeah, boring. I don't know. Sounds
well.
Cool.
The racketeering. That's kind of like just the appetizer. I think he would be perfectly fine if it was just racketeering.
Like onion.
It's the other ones that really like.
See, I think racketeering is one of those charges they throw when somebody gets caught like fixing a sports event for gambling reasons,
like Al Capone.
Yeah. I mean, kinda.
Well, like mob people, you always hear they're getting charged with racketeering.
Like the Shoeless Joe World Series. I think the charges, some of those were lobbied was Shoeless Joe World Series, 1919 World Series, the Chicago Black Sox. Let me try and keep up.
Build dreams.
Yeah,
you build it, they will come.
Oh, my bad.
Shoeless Joe.
That was a little bit before my time.
Shut up.
A little bit before.
But I think racketeering might have been one of the charges in that case. It's like, yeah, that's that involves money, and nobody likes crimes that involve a lot of money dishonestly changing hands. But that's not what we're after on these P. Diddy charges.
No, like I said, that was kind of the appetizer, if you will.
Those are the boring.
The rest of them get a little spicier.
Like, we don't want the ones that white people get accused of. Let's get the good stuff.
Oh no, white people get accused.
I know white people do too,
but this one is more of.
Corey's trying to be more inclusive. Okay?
This is the next ones are kind of more geared towards the leopard print crowd. He's got
professional wrestlers.
No, pimps.
Oh, okay.
You get it. Canes.
Okay, I got you now.
A lot of big daddies in there.
Yeah.
We don't want to be fat, but
maybe if you get up off that crack rock, you can come and be Pepper Jack's best hoe.
Fat phobic.
Like Puff Daddies?
No, like Pepper Jack. Pepper Jack gonna have
like
to
a
cut
cheese?
somebody.
Pepper Jack is not playing. In fact, Pepper Jack about to cut somebody.
Like bee powder?
No, nobody's.
No,
you all have not seen Always Sunny. So you don't. Anyway,
go on.
He's got sex trafficking.
And now we're getting good.
Were they like breaking the speed limit or something on it?
Is that what you think sex trafficking is?
Well, yeah.
Breaking some kind of limit, but I don't think it has anything to do with speed.
Oh,
No. It's not like getting head while you're driving down the interstate. No, it's
No.
a little more in depth than that.
Well, there's a whole bunch of different, like, they haven't really brought out, like, specific, I mean, they've kind of given, like, vagaries as to, but the vagaries are explicit enough that you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. Bring in hookers, like transporting people for prostitution, which I don't understand really the point of that, because it's
what's
like,
criminal about being
like,
an Uber?
do you really think that the hooker cares where she has to blow you?
No, not at all.
Not typically.
But I got to go to this mansion instead of this fucking alley behind the Denny's.
Yeah.
I heard he has a grotto in his mansion basement, like he's some sort of COD zombie level.
It could be. I don't know. But they were called freak-off parties. And these freak-off parties involved many, many celebrities. And oddly enough, since P. Diddy has been arrested, they have been very silent.
Who, the celebrities or the news?
The celebrities. No, the news is not silent. The news is and the news is like, holy shit.
Like, we got to have something to take the country's mind off of Kamala. Let's get this P. Diddy shit out there quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's dominated the news, but like, there's a lot of celebrities that are involved in it.
Lizzie McGuire, and she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18.
I mean, just for a short list, I mean, there's Usher, of course.
Yeah.
Because Usher was sent to live with P. Diddy when he was 15 to complete his album. So he
was groomed.
He definitely knows what a penis feels like in your ass. Because apparently also P. Diddy loves, and I mean loves, men. Black men specifically.
Black men.
Not a big fan of whitey, apparently.
Huh.
There's rumors. Now, this is not verified by any news organization or anything like that, but
it's verified by us.
It's internet chatter, basically.
Well, sort of. It's actually rapper chatter, but there is rumors that rappers had to take hard-boiled eggs before they were allowed into his parties, and they had to stick a hard-boiled egg up their ass. If it broke, they were not ready for his parties.
Owie! If it broke.
Yes. Of course, I don't understand the hard-boiled
Well, you
part.
have to have standards.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand, you must be this tall or this wide.
But you have to figure out creative ways to exclude people.
Yeah. As it turns out, P. Diddy was not woke.
No.
He did not care about inclusiveness.
And he didn't care about the innocence of your butthole if you're wanting that rap career to take off.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but now again, these are rumors. Nothing is verified. It's all hearsay. But beyond all that, these freak-off parties sometimes spanned multiple days, and it included he drugged baby oil and put.
How do you drug baby oil?
I don't know.
That's it. That's been my question: is how does one drug baby oil?
Because I guess he put maybe something in it that absorbs into the skin. I don't know.
Because I thought baby oil itself doesn't absorb into the skin.
Which it's not supposed to. No. Well, no, it does. I mean,
maybe he made them drink
the liquid in it, because that's what makes your skin soft.
Maybe they coat the hard-boiled eggs in baby oil and you ingest it rectally.
Well, I have no doubt. Oh no, when they arrested P. Diddy, they said they found literally thousands upon thousands of bottles of baby oil. That's still too much fucking baby oil.
Maybe he don't like being ashy.
Well, yeah, but still, for me personally,
the curse of the black man, he has to have it.
If I was
he likes swimming, he don't like being ashy.
If I was a detective and I walked in and I saw thousands of bottles of baby oil, I would assume he's fucking somebody in the ass.
If he's not running a fucking daycare, then yes, I would assume there is some rectal penetration going on somewhere.
Yes.
You ever had your shit pushed in?
Why does he need to do that if they pass the egg test?
Well, because that's the point, is he doesn't want them to fight to where his deal won't go.
That's why he's got so much left, because plenty of them pass the egg.
Or pass out.
That way they're really relaxed.
Well, and that's kind of part of it too, is he supposedly drugged a lot of people and then forced them to have what was characterized in the news as heavily choreographed and professionally produced sex. at his parties. And he made.
I'm hoping that the costumes involved a few pairs of pantaloons.
And
I wonder if anybody ever got hit with the boom mic while they were going at it.
I'm sure.
How
funny.
great would it be just to show up there and they hand you a script and a costume?
I hear
Like,
it.
you're Julius Caesar today. Like, Diddy hands you a script like, yo, we're doing a first Thanksgiving today.
Why is that turkey sitting in baby oil?
We're doing. It's like, this is my interpretation of Fiddler on the Roof, except the roof is my penis. Fiddler
Like,
on my penis.
Guess what, y'all? Schindler's List tonight. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, do you know how that movie went? No, I've never seen it, but I heard it got great reviews.
Pump the brakes there.
Whoa.
But anyway, so yeah, these freak
It's like, I'm Schindler, and we gotta hide Johnson somewhere. And this is a list of where we're gonna try and hide him.
But who's going to be Anne Frank?
Except you ain't gonna be hiding no attic.
You going to be out public.
But so anyway,
What celebrities we got?
these freak off parties, in addition to obvious coercion, sexual abuse, or SA, excuse me, sorry YouTube,
It's all right. Just say it. I don't care.
but
Especially
coercion,
me, remember.
intimidation, apparently intimidated people into not speaking, and of course, I'll be honest, I don't blame him. If you're going to be a bum puncher, you're
If
wanting,
you're gonna do sex trafficking, you gotta commit all the way.
yeah, it's kind of like, if you're a murderer, you're going to have to also desecrate a corpse. I'm sorry, but you have to. How else are they going to get their legs in the bag unless you chop them off? I mean,
Is that why he killed Biggie? Because
oh no, that's what.
he wouldn't play Black Henry VIII.
Well, see, that's what I kind of think.
No,
I don't think he started doing that until after Notorious B.I.G. died. Because from what I understand, Notorious B.I.G. kind of ran everything, and Puff Daddy, as he was known then, was more of a follower. But then after B.I.G. died, that was kind of where Puff Daddy, P Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever the fuck his name is,
The Diddler.
took control. Yes, P Diddler. And apparently the actual target of the shooting for Notorious B.I.G., some people, again, this is all just speculation, but some people claim that they were actually going after P. Diddy and not Notorious, because P. Diddy supposedly had done, East Coast, West Coast. I think they were Crips.
He was East Coast. That's all I know.
That would be Crips, because the Bloods are West. I know Bloods are West Coast, right? Comment if I'm wrong. I could be. I was always a Latin king and a Chinese railroad worker. So
when we were kids and my brothers and I played cowboys and Indians, I was always the Chinese railroad worker.
I never got involved. But
It's because he's autistic. It's the trains.
But anyway, of these celebrities so far, and these are just ones that are mentioned. Now, just because they went to his parties, it doesn't mean...
Yeah, there's speculation throwing their names in there, but their names have been brought up.
Yes, and there are some that I'm sure probably did.
Now, are these? Is this for the freak off or just any
Yes.
like Diddy party?
Yeah,
Freak
because
off
the freak off party, I remember the freak off party specifically mentioned in that thing I read about LeBron James being a buddy of his.
Well, also, Kevin Hart, his name is brought in a lot because he's seen in a lot of... And
he's tiny. He could be a hard-boiled egg easy for an
yeah.
upcoming rapper.
Yeah, I figured Diddy probably used him like just a cum rag, just kind of... yeah. But
Like, down your back.
But Leonardo DiCaprio,
Which
I get it. He goes after teenagers, so I mean, I get it.
yeah, I mean...
I bet you he doesn't feel like king of the world today, huh?
Nothing. No, sorry.
Anyway,
I'm the king of the world!
Yo, Titanic now!
but oddly enough, Obama is associated with these freak off parties. Now, again,
What about his hermaphrodite wife?
She was probably the one who was administering the egg test.
No, she was actually the one invited, and he was just the bring a guest. It's like,
Wouldn't it be great if...
It's like, I have to bring him, otherwise it looks bad.
Wouldn't it be great if Diddy was the one who gave her the nickname Big Mike?
It's like, man, she blasting ass like nobody's business. But we got Kim Kardashian, Mariah Carey. Let's see.
Well, Mariah Carey, as long as it keeps the All I Want for Christmas from coming out, I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah, if that would shame them to the point where I never heard that song again, I'd love it. It's kind of like Feliz Navidad. I wish those guys got caught banging. Feliz Navidad, I despise
Oh, no,
that
Feliz
song.
Navidad is peak Christmas.
I know, but
You're just wrong.
I despise that song so much that I wish they would get caught for diddling. But just so people would feel bad.
Like they're diddling kids while You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch plays in the background.
Hey, Mr. Grinch, I'm fine with you. That song can stay. Don't diddle kids, Mr. Grinch, because I like.
Yeah, no, don't do it, Jim Henson.
But
I know you did.
oddly enough, and this right here, this threw me for a curveball. Owen Wilson.
Yeah, you never hear anything
Wow.
about him. I mean, that's really an odd one.
Well,
Like, did he just walk in by mistake one day?
I mean, he's technically a celebrity.
He is, but he's always been kind of like a low key.
He's white. Like he's a white. I mean, he's like what's his face? Like Michael Rappaport. Like where he kind of always had that like urban accent to his voice.
Yeah.
Like he would somewhat make sense with P. Diddy because you would think he'd be involved in that kind of world.
Owen
But,
Wilson, it's hard to find somebody whiter.
yeah, it's like if Martha Stewart's name was brought up. It's like what?
Is it?
No, she's not. She's
That'd be funny as hell if it was.
she's just a tax evader. She's not a sex trafficker.
She's a true American.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Like Owen Wilson confused me because the worst thing I've ever heard about him,
was he tried to kill himself?
that's it. He tried to commit suicide.
What's going on over here?
Oh, Frank's trying to kill himself.
Oh my God, is he all right? Frank, are you all right? Don't try to stop me.
I could see it as a thing where it's like they don't tell you what's going on at the party. P. Diddy just comes up and is like, hey, Owen Wilson, I really like your movies. Dude, I'm having a party this Saturday. It's going to
Sure.
be crazy. Why don't you come over? And then he comes over there and he's like, wow, that's a lot of baby oil. And he's like, thanks, I hate being ashy.
This is
Like,
this is a lot of anal sex.
Yeah.
But
It's like, boy, this room's got a smell to it, doesn't it, Diddy?
but yeah, like I can see what you're saying with where I mean he is a celebrity and P. Diddy would want as many celebrities as parties.
A-list celebrities,
Yeah.
too. And for a long time there, Owen Wilson was A-list.
Yeah. And the thing is too is once again, I cannot stress enough. These people were just mentioned that they went to his parties. That does not mean
They participated.
yes, it doesn't mean any of that. But
It's all speculation.
Unless you don't like them, and then it
And
means they 100%
since we're doing this for comedic purposes, we can speculate all we want because we're doing it for laughs.
yes. But yeah, so another big one, which I thought would be weird, but not really, is Ashton Kutcher. His career is basically after this because if I saw correctly, he was somewhat defending P. Diddy. And after his defense of Danny Masterson, who,
So, yeah. Two of those, we don't trust you.
yeah, Danny Masterson, that was one of those guys that just, he can't help but love people so hard he's got to get a little of it on you. Danny Masterson's a fun guy. He's doing what, 30 years in prison?
Yeah.
And also,
Probably why his name wasn't listed on there.
what's even worse about Danny Masterson is they had a person who was in a PCR unit, which is protective custody for the layman's. And protective custody is meant for people who are like famous or child diddlers or domestic.
Not P. Diddlers? Well,
Yeah.
probably P. Diddlers,
Like,
too.
basically like people who offend against kids or are celebrities or have a ton of money that the inmates can beat out of them. So he's apparently in this PC group. Oh, it's also for ex-gang members who got on the wrong side of their gang. It doesn't mean that
You
they're
mean
not
snitches.
well, not necessarily snitches. It just they got on the wrong side of their.
They're just like, hey man, I'm doing good. I'd like to leave. And
So
they're
basically,
like,
this is just
no.
a unit for the people who other inmates might want to harm.
Yes.
Period. Let's just paraphrase
Sure.
sit it that way.
So he's apparently in extreme danger, from what I understand, because even the PC pods in California corrections are not fun. But Ashton Kutcher, he defended Danny Masterson first. Him and his wife both. I don't know if you remember, but they put that video out and they wrote that letter
No,
for Danny Masterson.
I did not care one way or the other. But
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
I watched it just because it popped up on my YouTube feed and I was like,
Mila Kunis.
yeah, Mila Kunis is hot. I watch anything with her. I don't care. But they wrote a letter stating that Danny Masterson was this great, wonderful person who would never possibly do that.
Never.
And they, even though they didn't say it specifically, they more or less called the people who accused him liars.
which is
Like-
awful.
Because if you're like, he would never do this after being accused of doing it.
Yeah, and they're like, we just can't believe that our best friend who played Hyde on that 70s show. Everybody remember that 70s show?
It was
so
kind
good.
of a scumbag, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah, he was a bit of a scumbag in the show. Like, not really.
It's like that was his appeal, though. He was
Yeah,
the
I mean,
scumbag of the group.
Yeah,
Which
he
is
was
like,
a
you could be
scummy
like,
kind of a-
oh, it's just acting. But then
But
this
boy-
stuff comes out and you're like, oh, maybe.
Well, that's apparently.
Maybe he was a little too close to home.
Well, Danny Masterson apparently, when he committed his alleged crime, well, I don't have to say alleged because he was convicted of
He
it.
was convicted, so you don't have to say
But
that.
when he committed his crimes, he supposedly was like, "Hey, why don't you come hang out with me?" And was like, "Hey, I'm Hyde from that '70s show. Want to see that? No, I don't. Well, you're going to do it anyway." So he just kind of took it. And
Diddy's he's using a little more tact. He's inviting him over to the.
well, yeah, he drugs him. He at least has the good manners enough
Like, I'll at
to
least,
drug him.
you know,
so they might not know what's happening so much.
we show up, I give you a little bit of a party, and then I get what's coming to me.
He gives him
coming
to do
from
what
me.
Diddy.
And old Diddy, he more or less, it kind of sounds like for a lot of his quote unquote victims that he Cosby'd them.
Well, with that said, and honestly, there's so much to unravel in this onion. I think we've done enough unraveling for today. So let's just end it on this high note that he Cosby'd his victims. And be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment on this video and all of our other videos. Check us out on Facebook, X, Truth Social.
We'll keep you updated on these false charges against Diddy.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated on all this shit that we know nothing about.
Yes.
So, have a good one.
How about new?